Good morning, children. Today we will take chapter 4, Ecosystem. Children, chapter number 2 and chapter number 1 already we had discussed. Of chapter number 2, question answers I have already sent you on the dashboard. So please check your dashboard, and all the question and answers you all have to copy in your classwork copy. Chapter 3 is not included for the first term. So we have taken chapter number 4. So chapter number 1, 2, 4 and 9 we have taken for the first term. So that is why third we are going to take in for the second term. So third chapter we have not taken now. Fourth chapter we have taken today. So this is the lecture 1 for chapter number 4. The name of the chapter is Ecosystem. Ecosystem, the name, what does it mean? Eco, if we divide eco into two parts, so it will be eco and system. Eco means environment and system means interacting groups. So environment and interacting groups, when they are interacting, which type of groups? Means the living organisms. When they are interacting with their environment, that form ecosystem. Or we can say the interrelationship between living or non-living environment is called ecosystem. As we know, children, living means biotic and non-living means abiotic. So if we talk about biotic, so which type of organisms are present in biotic living? Living, we can include plants, we can include human beings, animals, birds, all are living. And non-living is just like water, sunlight, soil, air, all are non-living component. So if we talk about the definition of ecosystem, so interaction or interrelationship between living or non-living environment, that is called ecosystem. And the branch of science in which the study about the interaction and interrelationship between living and non-living environment, that is called ecology. Now the definition, that also you can write the definition of ecosystem. Other than that, you have the definition given in your book, that is, an ecosystem is self-contained area. Ecosystem composed of different organisms and their interaction with each other. Okay, many organisms are living together and their interaction with each other, as well as their interaction with the physical conditions like sunlight, air, water, soil, climatic factor. We all are living, we all live together, as well as we have some interaction with our physical environment, physical conditions. We are not able to survive without sunlight, without air, without water, without soil, without climatic factor, that we are going to discuss it in this chapter. So what is ecosystem? That is the interaction between the different organisms as well as the interaction with the physical condition is ecosystem. The word ecosystem has taken from Greek word oikos. Oikos means house. We all live in a house. Many people live in a same house. So we all interact with one another, as well as we interact with the living things present around us, as well as we interact with the non-living things present around us. So the ecosystem word, it means house. The Greek word oikos means house, in which the living organisms live together, interact with one another, as well as they interact with the physical environment in different ways. So if we talk about animals, how they are interacting, they interact for their food and be taken. So this type of interaction is from the ecosystem. Now, as I told you, the component of ecosystem, there are two components of ecosystem, as we have already discussed in the definition. The component of ecosystem are biotic component and abiotic component. So as I told you, biotic means living, abiotic means non-living. So biotic component includes producers, consumers, as well as decomposers. Now, what are producers? As the name is producer or autotroph. So producer means which produce. Auto means self, and trops means making food. Okay, so how we can say autotrophs means auto means self and trophs means the production of food, or simply you can say food. So the organisms which make their food by their own are called autotrophs. So which organisms make their food by their own? Only the plants. Plants are the living organism. Plants are the living things present on the earth. Or other than that, the photosynthetic bacteria, because they are the photosynthetic bacteria, they make their food by their own. So they are called, either we can say they are called autotrophs, or they can be called as producers. Producers means which produce their food by their own. Second thing that we will discuss, that is the consumer. Consumer are the primary consumer, secondary consumer, top consumers. As we know, the plants, they make their food by their own. Now those plants are eaten first by the herbivorous animals. Herbivorous animals are the plant eating animals. They eat the plant because they are eating the plant, so they are the primary consumers. Second thing is the secondary consumer. Now those plant eating animals, they are eaten by other animals. So those animals are the carnivores. Carnivores animals which are eating herbivorous animals. They eat the animals. They are the carnivores. Example, we can take lion, tiger. These are only the flesh eating animals. So they are the carnivores. They are the secondary consumer. The third is the top consumers. These are the omnivores. Omnivores means they eat both plant as well as animals. So plant and animals, many animals are there which eat both the things, plants as well as animals. So they are the omnivores. So, other than that, the third type is the decomposers. Now what are decomposers? Decomposers are the organisms which decompose the dead organic matter to fulfill their needs. Just like if we talk about bacteria, fungi, algae, or if we talk about eagle, crow, mainly those animals, they live in the forest. Decomposers, if some animals, they are dead and they are lying in the here and there, so small organisms come and they start eating them. So after some time their body get decayed, the body get decomposed. So those organisms which are decomposing the dead organic matter and they're fulfilling their need because it acts like a food for them, so they are the decomposers. Now the other than the decomposers, many they are like algae, fungi, bacteria, many protists are there. They act like a decomposers. Other than that, there is one term that is called detrivores. It is also given in your book also. Detrivores and decomposers consumes the remain left by the scavengers. Now what are scavengers? Scavengers are the the organisms which feed on the dead animals and plant material. For example, as I have given you, vulture, kite, crow, some insects, they are the scavenger. They feed on them because those dead animals, they are like a food for them. Detrivorous and decomposer, they consume the remains left by the scavengers. Whatever the remains are left, they feed on them. Detrivorous are earthworm, millipedes, slugs, etc. They feed on detritus or decomposing plants and animals parts as well as the feces. Okay, they feed, I am repeating it again, they feed on detritus or decomposing plants and animals' fat as well as the feces. While the decomposers, they obtain the nutrition by observing the nutrient as a result of breaking down of dead organic matter. Okay, decomposers, they obtain the nutrition and absorb the nutrient by breaking the organisms into small pieces. Otherwise, detrivores, they feed on the decomposing plants and animals. So they are the decomposers. They are dependent on other organisms. Now in your book, if you see, they have given some levels, that is trophic level 1. So as we have discussed autotrophs, I will show you in this. We have discussed autotrophs. So autotrophs will be trophic level 1. If we talk about consumers, so primary and secondary consumer, they have taken trophic level 2. If the top consumers are there, they are the trophic level 3. If decomposers are there, they are the trophic level 4. I will show you a diagram also. In this diagram, you can see the producers, they are under trophic level 1. Primary consumers, they are under trophic level 2. Secondary consumers under trophic level 3. Or top carnivores, or they have taken in trophic level 4. And after that, trophic level 4 also, they decompose everything. From the trophic level 3 also decompose everything. Trophic level 2 also decomposed everything. From 1 also decomposed everything. Means when they die and mix with the soil. And when they are mixing with the soil, again that soil is utilized by the plants. They take their minerals from the soil, and again the plants grow. The plants are eaten by the primary consumers, and primary consumers are eaten by the secondary consumers, secondary by the tertiary consumers. So in this way, the circle is going on, and we can say it is just like a trophic levels within a food chain. So all these are the biotic components. These are the biotic components. Now, if we talk about abiotic components, so abiotic component are soil, temperature, air and water. Other than that, the fifth component is the sunlight. So first we will take the sunlight. Now in abiotic component, sunlight, how living organisms are dependent on sunlight. Sunlight is required by the producers, means the autotrophs. Without the sunlight, the plants are not able to form their food. And if the plants are not present on the earth, the other organisms are not able to survive. So the first thing is sunlight. Sunlight is needed by the plant for their growth. Other than that, the next is air. If we talk about air, so air, why air is important as a abiotic component? Because air, we need oxygen, plants need carbon dioxide. So air is important. Second thing is, many birds and animals, they have the medium of flight is air. Third thing is dispersal of seeds, fruits and pollens. It is done only by the wind, by the air. So we are dependent on these abiotic component. Plant, whatever the water is received as a rainfall or absorbed as a soil water, then it is taken by the plant or consumed by the animals for drinking from rains, puddles or rivers. So water is also very important for living organisms as it is a abiotic component. Temperature also is a very important component, abiotic component, because hot, mild, cold temperature, it affects us, it affects plants, it affects animals. We are able to grow only in the proper moderate temperature which is required by our body. Plants also are able to make their food when they are getting a proper temperature. So temperature is also very important component. Soil. As we know, the soil is also a main important component, because if we want to grow plant, we need soil. If small organisms are present, some of the organisms, they need soil as their home, just like rat, snakes. Even the earthworm, lives in the soil as well as swallow the soil which contain the dead organic matter. Other plants, if we talk, just like desert plants, they also need soil. Even ponds, rivers, lakes, some kind of soil at their bottom is present. So all the plants, they need soil also. So these all are the abiotic component in which we all are dependent. So we had discussed five main type of component. This is sunlight, air, water, temperature, and soil. So these all are very important abiotic component on which, without which the ecosystem is not possible. So these today we had discussed about the component of ecosystem, the trophic level, autotrophs, consumers, decomposers. So please read the chapter carefully, and I will provide you the homework on the dashboard. Please go to the dashboard. Thank you, children.